All right, thanks everyone. I'm glad to see that there are the translation devices out there. I was reminded yesterday, though, coming from Halifax, that I apparently have a heavy East Coast accent. So I don't think there's a channel 3 for that yet. So my name is Brennan Kilfoil. There's photo ID to verify on the screen. I'm vice president at a company called PACE Atlantic, which is a community interest corporation based in Halifax. And back in 2021, we partnered with the city of Charlottetown, the town of Stratford, and the town of Wolfville to develop and launch a program with FCM's help called the Switch Program. But before I tell you about the Switch Program, I have some breaking news. Canada is cold. Okay, so bit of clickbait there, I guess. Maybe not breaking news, but what we might take for granted is what this means for how much energy we use to heat our homes. So the typical Canadian home might use up to 70% of its energy towards heating. So think about what this means for the overall energy that we use. It has a huge impact, right? So you might say that Canadian homeowners have a big problem on their hands. Or you could say that Canadian homeowners have the power in their hands to make a huge impact and a huge difference in their homes, in our communities, and beyond. The answer is the second one. So you take the typical Canadian home. If someone invests $20,000 into projects like solar, heat pumps, building envelope upgrades like insulation, they can reduce their energy impact by up to 50%, which is incredible. Imagine if everyone did this. Imagine if just everyone in this room did this, right? So why not? These projects are expensive. Not everyone has $20,000 lying around to contribute towards an energy project, right? Also, the energy upgrade process is complicated. Folks really need local programs to help them be guided through the complete upgrade process, with personalized advice. So enter the Switch Program. So the Switch Program is a property assessed clean energy program, or PACE program, which you might have heard about at the conference, which means that the loans are tied to the property. And this is similar to a local improvement charge or LIC mechanism that you might be familiar with. Folks can borrow up to $40,000 for projects like heat pumps, solar, and insulation with no money down, which is really great. Oh, I got my notes in French here. Also, the loans and the projects themselves are designed so that the actual energy savings that folks experience are greater than their loan repayment amounts, right? So lots of benefits of the Switch Program. And lastly, one of the major benefits of the Switch Program is the energy coaching service that we call Energy Concierge. Who's heard of Energy Concierge? Okay, the opportunity for learning then. So our Energy Concierge service helps people with the whole energy upgrade process, from a home energy assessment to finding out, what are the priority projects people should be pursuing, which local contractor can help me with these projects, what are the rebates and incentives available to me, how do I secure them for myself, how do I integrate with all the other programs out there at different levels of government and with the different efficiency agencies around. And how to secure their PACE financing. So that's the Switch Program. Who has signed up? And so the photo on the screen here is from a town hall session that we held in Stratford, PEI, to inform residents and answer their questions about the program. See Councillor McDougall, speaking to a very diverse audience that day, folks of all walks of life and of all ages coming out to hear about the program. That's one thing, but who's actually signed up? And kind of everyone. It feels like everyone. In these communities, the uptake in the program participation is about 4 or 5 times than what we expected. And you can see on the map in each community on the screen, all the little dots represent all the different participants in each community, which is really great. I'm going to zoom in to the city of Charlottetown to show some of the 1,300 participants in the program so far. And this is, 18 months, a year and a half since the program launched. So over 600 projects have been started, and those are the green circles on the screen. Over 400 of those projects are complete, and these are the blue dots on the screen. And so we're up to over $9 million in project activity, which is really great. For every million in project activity, we expect that there'll be 22 equal jobs created, and 12 of those are local jobs. So it's over 100 jobs created from the Switch program so far, which is great. And so at this unexpected but great rate of uptake in the programming, the Switch program is retrofitting 3 to 5% of the homes in each of these communities every year at this rate, which is incredible. We're very pleased. So the Switch program also gathers very rich data. So there's an example on the screen here. So for each participant, we're tracking all different types of information. This particular visual shows what type of heating system the homeowner had, and then what type of project they chose to pursue. So in Atlantic Canada, lots of folks are using home heating oil. And so you can see the ribbon of those folks, the majority of them looking to electrify their heat and seeking out a heat pump project. Whereas folks who already have electric heat, we see them seeking out, the majority of them, seeking out solar PV projects to generate their own electricity, right? It's really great. So the Switch program really works. Like folks from all walks of life are saving money, and they're reducing their GHG emissions. The communities we're working with are really accelerating towards their climate action goals. Contractors are prospering with all the economic activity. And what this really is a great sustainable platform where we can introduce other sources of financing and create a long-term enduring program that can last for years and years. So that's how we're doing it on the East Coast. The question is, can you do this too? And the answer is yes. There's absolutely lots of questions and considerations you likely have, and some of those are on the screen now. But of course, you should check out the program offerings from FCM. FCM has been an invaluable partner to us and the communities, involved with the Switch program. And we're more than happy to be here to accept the Sustainable Communities Award and make this presentation on behalf of the City of Charlottetown, the Town of Stratford, and the Town of Wolfville. So thank you very much.